Welcome, my name is Arlo and this is Elemental Idea. And today we're going to be talking about the worst movie of the years. And I have a bunch of disclaimers here. There is a bunch of bad movies this year. Like a lot. It's a landslide of bad movies. So, there is a good chance that if you think there is a bad movie that I don't list it, it's because I didn't watch it. Because like you guys, I try to get ahead. I try to see what I'm gonna like and what I'm gonna don't like, and I prefer to see stuff that have a chance for me to like it than out of the gate I know there's gonna be bad or I'm not gonna like it. So this is the first disclaimer. There is so many movies that in one of the spots I did like subcategories like B, C, and D. You will see in a minute, right? But yeah, it's a lot of bad movies. There are other war movies out there that I didn't watch because I knew that I won't like them. So yeah, and I have to manage my time. All right, before we start, if you can give me a like or subscribe, it will really help me, and it will be awesome. And thank you in advance. Okay, all right. Number 10, and this is one of the ones that I told you, right? It's gonna be a classification horror movies. Usually, horror movies, they're never great, right? They have like their own separate categories, right? But the ones that are so bad that you have to name it. I don't know, there are worse ones that happened this year, but like I told you, probably I didn't watch those. So the ones that are here in my number 10 is because they disappoint me the most. All right? And it's gonna be Tarot, Imaginary, and The Fierce Omen. They're all in the number 10 for different reasons. All right? One is just nonsensical. The other one is a bad adaptation. And the last one is a prequel that no one wanted, that messed up everything, that you see everything happen a mile away, and people have to be just dumb to this movie to happen. That's it. Don't waste your time watching this movie because they're just awful. Like everything in this list is gonna be. But yeah, particularly these three horror movies are just, yeah. Well, all right. Moving along. Number 9, Civil War. This movie has so much potential, and I was waiting for explanations about why the country was in a civil war, why different states will fight with different states. Nope, nothing like that. This movie is not about that. This movie is about journalism, about photographers, and that's it. And you figure out that photographers are awful people, just awful people. And I doubt they're like that in real life. So the movie have some nice moments, some nice photography, some nice music. Other than that, you have to unlearn and disbelieve what you know about the country to this movie to work, right? So yeah, that's what is here. It's number 9. Number 8, War of the Rohirrim. This movie, like, man, the only good stuff about this movie is the soundtrack, and it's because it's the same from the Two Towers, Lord of the Rings Two Towers, and that is awesome. Other than that, this movie is not good at all. They tried to do some animation style, looks like anime. They didn't succeed. The first 30 seconds of the movie, you will see the superhero of the movie that she do something. Well, I'm just gonna tell you, she just unmount a horse and take one big ass piece of meat. And the moment she did that, it looks like a cartoon completely, and I was checked out. That early in the movie. Plus, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, the books, and the movies. I like it a lot. And this movie is just nonsensical. right? They try to copy and paste the two towers, and they forget stuff, and they put stuff that it couldn't be there. It's just a mess. Plus, the bad guy is a dumb guy. he's, he's the best I can say. I will have a full review of that when you watch this. You can go and watch that and have my full idea of why this movie is so bad. Number 7, Gladiator 2. Man, this movie. Gladiator 1 is an excellent movie. It's a movie with passion. It's a movie that you feel what is happening. In this one, no man, this movie is just nonsensical. These people are just ripping off the first movie, trying to make it all over again. It's not even a true sequel. It's just the same movie with different characters and stupid shit happening again. You have to believe a lot. You have to suspend your disbelief too much. You have to see people reading newspapers, and you have to understand that these people think that Rome is basically right now here in America, just in the past, and that's why this movie failed so miserably. Right? So yeah, don't watch this movie. Stream it if you need to. If you need to complete your set because you watch Gladiator 1. But other than that, I won't recommend it. It's an awful movie. Number 6, Mufasa. Oh my god, man. Disney and this live adaptation, they're awful. Well, this is just another kind of animation, like real life animation, photogenic animation. Is as bad as The Lion King, the one that is real life too. Not the original. The original is awesome. The songs in this movie are forgettable. They try to make you understand why Scar is bad. He was right. Mufasa is kind of still his throne. The movie is boring. Probably that's the worst stuff. There is not enough color, and this is the same that happens with the same critique with the other one. They try to make a little more. The animals smile and stuff. It just looks weird, man. It looks weird, and the plot is weak and it's boring. All right, so yeah, that's it. It's a bad movie, like all on this list. Number 5. This one hurt me, right? And I want to tell you why. There is a lot of movie adaptations from video games, right? Video games have a huge lore, huge lore. Even the simple ones, like, I don't know, Sonic, they have huge lore. And those are great movies. They're easy to see, they're fun. This movie, man, I feel sorry for Kate Blanchett because she's great, but she's just not this character. She's too old. And at the end, they try to do some weird stuff like she's an angel and stuff. Yeah, I know that happened in the video game, but yeah. Is this adaptation? It looks like it's made in the 90s when they were all awful. People don't put enough heart on it. The people making it don't understand the game, don't play the game, so they don't know. They don't know what it makes special the game. So yeah, it's just a bad movie. All right. Number 4. Number 4 is gonna be another special classification movie. It's gonna be the Spiderless Universe. All right. There have been 3 movies in this category this year: Venom, Madam Web, and Kraven the Hunter. They're all bad. Madam Web is the worst offender. Venom and Kraven, they're right there. I don't know why they try to do this without Spider-Man, and I don't know why these characters don't meet each other. Probably if they're meeting each other, they will be a little better. But they're supposed to be all together in the same world, and they don't relate. Plus, CGI is awful in these 3 movies, and the story is just bad. So yeah, I hope Sony stop doing this. Like, to be honest, it just make superhero movies worse. It makes people checked out of the superhero movies because these are so dumb and so contrived that is no longer fun. There's Madam Web is so bad that probably people will watch it in the future just to see how bad it was. Right? But yeah, three movies. They're awful from the same company. Right? I hope Sony stop doing that. And finally, we're here. The top three. The third spot is gonna be another one that is shared by many people. This time is gonna be Netflix movies, and these movies are so awful that it's impressive that they got made. And I'm completely shocked that someone decided to, yeah, let's do these movies. It looks interesting, right? And it's just those movies are just completely awful. And the first one is gonna be Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver. Man, this movie, Zack Snyder really messed with my head. He promised that he gonna deliver answers and stuff. He just lied. This movie is all show and no tell. Only good effects and no story, no plot. Is awful. Don't waste your time. Right. Next is gonna be Atlas. Atlas and Jennifer Lopez. This movie is just dumb. Bunch of contrived situation, and you have to believe that they're gonna send to a real mission, not a soldier, not a someone that is trained, just a lab lady that discovers with a machine, and the machine has pronouns. It's just awful. And the last one is gonna be Unfrosted. This movie is so bad that I have a hard time trying to finishing this movie. I was on my phone, I was looking away, I was thinking on my groceries. He have a stellar cast of people, right? A lot of comedians, a lot of stuff, and he have this worst plot and worst script that I ever saw. Right? So the top three for the spot number three are these movies. All right, number two, and we're going already for the ones that are awful. And I will remember you again if you like this awful list. Give me a like; it will really help me. All right, number two, The Crow. This movie, man, is one of those movies that probably it can be remake, but from people who love this movie. There is two sides of this coin. There is the comics that are dark and edgy, and there is the movie with Brandon Lee, and those two have difference. So you have to be careful which one you're adapting. This movie have none of those. This is, like I told you, a hot topic crowd. That's what it is. It's a guy dressed in black, and the movie is nonsensical, and it's boring, and it's just awful. It will hurt your brain if you watch it. It's that bad. So yeah, if you like The Crow, like me, don't watch this movie. It will lessen your experience of the really good one. Even the sequels that they make, City of Angels and the other ones that were bad, they're not this bad. I will watch those like thousands of times before rewatching this one again. This is how bad this one is. All right, now we're here. The worst movie of the year, the one that I think is awful, is insufferable, and it's just a complete mistake. And if you can run from this movie, you should. Even if you saw it coming a mile away, you just run. And this is number one, Joker 2. I don't know. I can't pronounce that French. Ajiklu Falou. Sorry about that. I not even try to pronounce it well. Because this movie is not worth it, man. It's really not worth it. The first one is so good, and the second one, that I don't know. I don't know. Not even what is the idea behind this movie. They make it a musical. They put Lady Gaga in this. It's full of conveniences. You don't know what is the objective of this movie. You don't know what they're trying to say, and the music have nothing to do with the movie. You're bored half of the movie because it's super long, and you feel it every time, and you feel sorry for the character of the Joker to Arthur, and then they just roll with it to the floor, and it's just degrading to everyone involved. So yeah, that's my list. This is the worst movie for me. This is the one it was harder to watch. And if you have another one, you can leave it in the comments. I will read it and I will tell you why I think these ones are worse or why I didn't watch that one. It's probably because it's awful. Uh, and this is my list. I hope you guys enjoy it. And this is gonna be my last video of the year. So happy New Year for you guys. We will see each other again in 2025. All right. My name is Arlo, and this was Elemental Idea. Bye, guys.